Now we're going to put the threaded insert in here. This is an 8mm hex key. Set it in this hole, and away we go. Do the same thing down at this other end. Put this in here and get it started. Okay, now we're going to put the jacking screws in. They're down here. Put the nut on first. Run that all the way up. Get it started. Do the same for the other end. These two fit a little better. That started, and now we'll just run her down. It's close. We'll do the same over here. Okay, now we need to put the pivot bolt in the middle, the two knob assemblies for the clamp knobs, and the T-nuts in the back. Let's start with the pivot bolt. Okay, I'll take one of these knobs, put it through here. Going to have to tap the T-nut in the back. Okay, and the same on the other side. Okay, to square this up, we used a level on the lower strut, and then we put it on the fence here to get it to the approximate position. Now I've got a carpenter square. I'll just put it in here, butt it up against there. It feels like it's pretty close, right where it is. We're going to come down to the jacking screw, which is right here, and we're going to adjust that so it just comes in contact with the lower strut, and we're going to lock it in place with a nut. Back that screw down. There, it's in firm contact with the fence. See if we can get this nut loose. Okay, bring that down. Get some tension on it. Put the wrench on there. Okay, that's locked in place. We repeat on the other end. takes 2 7/16 wrenches. We've put the saw in from my other saw. I haven't shown you how to mount it on the carriage yet, but we're going to put a cut into that fence. What a coincidence. I got that stop bolt in exactly the right place for the saw. Now we've got that, we can put the polyethylene bearing on. Okay, we have just set the polyethylene in place on top of this. They come together right at the saw cut. So that tells us where we need to put them. We're going to drill and countersink holes so the screws do not come above the surface and screw them down. I use drywall screws into the 2x6. Okay, we got the fence off, set it right up here. I'm going to be drilling into a 2x6. We drill about an inch, inch and a half from each end. In the middle. And I split the difference between them. Do the same here. It's not really a big deal how we do this. And get it over here. And now we're going to countersink. Okay, we're lining up the polyethylene bearing with the saw cut. It's no big deal if it doesn't match. It's nice to do this on a warm day so the polyethylene is fully expanded. Then we just work our way from the middle here to the end. Put these screws at a slight angle. So when they go in, I want them to pull it tight. Okay, then we come back to this side and rinse and repeat. That was taken on a direction of its own. Okay, that fence is all done except for the T-track dado. Okay, I've marked the location for the T-track here. I just took this combination square and drew a line Took a piece of T-track to the other line. Now I know where I want my T-track to go. We're going to cut that dado on the swap saw, not the current one that we're building, but the other one, and show you how that goes. Okay, we've got it set up to cut the dado in the fence. We're feeding it in this direction because the router is turning, the bit's coming in this direction. As it engages the wood, it's going to push it down into our fence, which will keep it more accurate. We have the dust collection hose going to the far side, so as that dado passes that, it will pick up all the dust and put it into the system and not in the room. Okay, we have the dado. We may have to run it through again to get the right depth, but that's how the dado is put in. Okay, we've got the dado in here. It's a nice tight fit. Got the T-track. Going to slip it in and work it in. Some places it's a little tighter than others. Okay, I believe that's in there nice.